Hi, Mr. Mo. This is Lizelle, and I want to share with you my personal experience of the five-step decision-making process and my understanding on how a consumer behaves when buying a specific product. To begin with, the product I purchased a month ago was a solid black colored shoulder bag for document purposes, ideal for students with a subject or two in a day. To give you an idea, here's a photo of the final purchase. Now, the first step to the decision-making process is need recognition. In my case, before this bag was purchased, I figured that I want another bag apart from having a backpack with laptop compartment, and this was triggered when I realized that I need to buy a notebook. I felt that a backpack is too huge and bulky for me to bring along, whilst having a document shoulder bag is lightweight and is fitted to any getup I may wish to wear for the day. I happened to pass by a Miniso store when I went to grocery, and from the corner of my eye, I spotted this type of document bag. Then I know what I want in mind. So I was sure enough of getting one. On the second stage, which is the information search, this is what I reckoned. I checked the item couple of times from different branches of Miniso to help me convince myself to finally buy it. I already have a perception what this bag should look like. Flat, simple, value for money, and lightweight, as intended only for documents like slides or reference printouts, reading materials, notebook, and still have a bit room for pens, tablet, and a power bank. So I don't have difficulties in researching or looking up the product, as noticing this type of document bag seems perfect for me, and I know exactly what I want. Hence, I never bother to ask somebody else's opinion as an external factor. Moving on to the third step to the decision-making process is evaluation of alternatives. I went to different shops like Cotton On, H&M, Typo, and Colette's for comparison purposes of similar specification which I was checking on. Unfortunately, there was nothing of its kind when it comes to simplicity, affordability, and durability. The rest are either expensive, heavy, cloth-like material where documents are not safe when it rains. Others are too short or too wide if intended for minimal document purposes. For me, I am not so much of a brand-conscious customer. Basically, in assessing a product, I am more into usability, durability and flexibility of use, simplicity and affordability without compromising quality. And so, I stick to my first choice and drop these alternatives. Then I derived with color options available instead: dark gray, black, and brown. I concluded the dark gray just to break the monotonous of frequently chosen colors of either black or brown for bags. Final purchase took place on this fourth phase of the process, which is purchase decision. After careful consideration of my preferences for a document bag and after the evaluation of alternatives, I finally decided getting the one in Miniso, which is dark gray, lightweight. The size is just right for my papers, with a little space for other small essentials. There is a newly opened Miniso store nearby my residence in Rhodes, the Waterside Shopping Center, where I preferred to come by while doing my groceries at the same time. There, with certainty, I paid $9.99 via my debit card. However, I remembered while paying at the cashier, the sales lady quickly expressed, "Why not get the black color instead?" I replied, No, I'm fine with this. Being a neutral color to often chosen colors like black or brown." Then off I left. The last step to the decision-making process is post-purchase behavior or purchase evaluation. The minute I reach home, the lady's suggestion lingers. "There I go again," I said to myself, and it made me a bit anxious. I realized, why didn't I choose black from gray? This convinced me that knowing I have a Mango brand black-colored sling bag with almost alike material. But I insisted to say, "Never mind, it doesn't have too much all the time." However, I kept the receipt in case I will have a change of mind sooner or later. I tried to use it 2 days after. Day passed, The latest suggestion pops up my head again, at the same time looking to my Mango brand sling bag. On this stage, I experienced what marketers call buyer's remorse, in which I had a feeling of inner tension having made the wrong choice of color. I was unhappy because I was already persuaded on the idea due to the same material and it looks even better when the color matches, which I realized I was conscious about. 3 days from purchase, I came back to the store and asked if I was still able to exchange the item. Thanks goodness, the manager approved since they have the 7-day return exchange policy. I finally left the store smiling with my document shoulder bag on hand, exchanged to black. Well, many of us encountered this exact situation when purchasing a product that ended up regretting, or worse, not making a purchase at all, because the mind is disrupted of the outcome. I learned that certain consumer behavior differs from individual to individual, regardless of age, gender, culture, beliefs, and is affected by social influences. Identifying a need or want is only a triggering point of thinking a purchase. Good information and evaluating a product or service that allows comparison of alternatives is also crucial, as this would lead to disposal of or ultimately decides a purchase. Know the product or service well. Do a research if possible to make a confident, satisfying, and intelligent decision so expectation meets the reality of the actual purchase. Otherwise, a tendency to repeat the 5 stages again, or a question arises whether it is worth buying if an inconsistency between behavior and values or opinions of the purchased product or service is recognized. Once again, this is Lizelle sharing with you the 5 steps decision-making process I personally experienced. Thanks for watching!